Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Princess Jafar. Princess Jafar is from Pennsylvania in USA. So let's see what Princess Jafar has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, William?
Very well. How are you?
Okay.
Right, Princess Jafar. So before we start the game, so tell me where you're from.
I am from a little place called Agrabah. I actually live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right. And what do you do for a living?
For a living, I'm a manager, I'm a performance artist, I'm a stage producer, and a recording artist.
Oh, wow. Amazing. So you can sing as well. You're a singer.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I have a lot of albums out.
Oh, that's amazing. What do you like the most of being a performer?
Oh, honestly, the audience. I will perform for one person. I will perform for a whole theater. I just need to see someone's face out there.
Oh, that's amazing. That's very interesting. Okay, Princess Jafar. So welcome to William and the Magic Box. I've got this lovely box here full of random fun questions, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a music now just for us to get in the mood before the first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. I hope you like the music. Great. Ready for the first question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Princess Jafar, if you could ask for a miracle, what that would be? Good question.
If I could ask for a miracle, it would be to bring back Joan Rivers for one day.
Why is that?
You know, she recorded media for 30 years, but I don't think we got enough. I would love to hear her opinions on this last presidential cycle.
Wow, very interesting, very interesting. Shall I go for the second one?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's go for the second question. Who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
I would say the most influential person in my life would have to be Rodney Dangerfield. He's a stand-up comedian who is also a performer and recording artist, and he started in his 50s. So I just think it's so inspiring whenever anyone starts their career in their late life.
I see. When did you start the performing career? When you started?
Oh, I think it's 2012. I think that was the first time I was paid to be on stage.
Amazing. Oh, wow. How was the feeling at the time?
Oh, it was, you know, I would love to say it was scary, but I loved every second of it. I really ate up the spotlight as soon as it was put on me. Just had to jump into it.
Amazing. Great. Let's go for another question.
Okay.
For the next question, tell me who is the person behind Princess Jafar? Tell me a little bit.
Yeah, well, I go by Josie. A lot of people actually know me by Mario as well. And I have so many names, but no matter what, when you meet me, we'll talk about old movies. You'll probably tell me your darkest secrets because people just do that when they meet me. They tell me everything about them. Which I think means that they either trust me or they want to know if I think that they're crazy. But I've heard everyone's darkest secrets and nothing shocks me. Everyone's beautiful, and I get along with a lot of people.
You know, I'll tell you something. I think it's because I'm sure you are a very approachable person. And when people they are approachable, people they feel like they feel open to talk to say anything. So that's I think the reason why.
You're probably right, William.
Next question is, what's the most dramatic argument have you ever had? If you can share.
Oh my goodness. You know, I get very defensive over Simpsons season 1. It's drawn very poorly, so people are very hard on it, and I will stand up for Simpsons season 1. I will lose friends over it.
So it was so you had a lot of arguments during this time when people were
Oh yeah, I'm very defensive over cartoons.
Let's go for another question.
Okay.
Do it. Okay, before the next question, how long does it take for you to get ready for your performance, usually?
Today it took me, I went from 10:40 till 11:50 about an hour, maybe hour and a half.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Next question is, what's the happiest day in your life so far and why?
Oh, that's a very nice question. Maybe my sister's wedding day, because everyone was around us, and it was just a very nice experience for everybody. And it was a what's it called? A vacation wedding. So we went all down to the beach and had a wonderful time.
Oh, that's amazing. You just have one sister, or you have more siblings?
Yeah, just one sister.
Is she older, younger than you?
Oh, she's older than me, and she taught me so much about the media I love and the music I love. So she's a huge part of Princess Jafar, actually.
Hey. Let's get another question.
Okay.
Okay, Princess Jafar, let's get another one. What's the most memorable lesson you learned from your parents?
Empty your pockets before they go through the washer, because you'll never see that money again.
Very good one. I love that. Love that. Are you close to them?
Oh no, I'm not actually.
No.
Unfortunately, but I've met many older mentors who have been wonderful in my life and giving me advice and guidance. So you can find parents anywhere, kiddos.
Oh yes, I totally agree with you. Yeah, they're everywhere. Absolutely, absolutely. Right, Princess Jafar, are you enjoying the show so far?
I'm loving it, William. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. Let's get another question then. Before the next question, Princess Jafar, what's the most challenge part of being a performer in your opinion?
I think the most challenging part is that my shows are either all scripted or semi-scripted, and just not falling into the script, not making it dull. Like keeping it alive when it's been written and practiced for 3 months can be very challenging. But oftentimes the audience thinks it's all live, that we're just making it up. So that I think is proof that it comes off as sincere, which is, I guess, the goal, is to make it seem sincere, even though we've been going over these words for 2 or 3 months.
I see. So tell me a little bit about your show. How tell me a little bit.
Yeah, well, each time I work with a different venue, I try to see the space and what we can do with it. So I've been given very large theaters, and we made whole late night shows like James Corden or any of the Jimmys. And we have guests, and we have puppeteers and musical guests and games because the space allows it. But then we've been in smaller clubs where we have intimate little jazz type shows, or I've put on full sitcom episodes where you knock on the door and it's like your neighbor comes in and Christmas is canceled. So it could be really, I would say it would be anything, but it's anything basically from TV. So I like to do late night shows, I like to do talk shows, I like to do sitcoms, Christmas specials. That really is what inspires my drag shows.
Amazing. Great, sure. Ready?
Yeah.
Right, next question is, a tough one. What has been the lowest point of your life?
That's a very tough one because there's been so many lows. I'm looking at the chart now. Let's see. I would say the lowest part of my life, probably houseless in Los Angeles. I was just in Mexico City for a few weeks to a month. I came to LA for a business opportunity. It fell through. The place I was living at fell through, and all of a sudden I found myself on the streets in Los Angeles. I was like, I don't live here. I don't know people here. And I was very scared for a few days. I'm lucky that that's as long as it lasted, because for many people that's the reality. They wake up and a few things go wrong and they're out of luck. So I was very fortunate to have friends though that I could call on and ask, for some money to fly back. And I had to leave some things, but those things aren't as valuable as being in a secure place. Yeah. So that's probably the hardest part.
Oh, wow. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem.
Get another question. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me a little bit about the background, this little piece.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, okay. Well, here we have a pro-homo plaque. This was made by an artist named Chu, C-H-U, and they were a graffiti artist, and they got into a lot of trouble, and now they're a studio artist, and so they're using their art to, I think, pay off their fees or something. But
Okay.
so this is a Chu piece. This is from the Tiny Toons cartoon from the 90s. So this is, I think, Hamilton or something like that. Hampton. This is just a little green square that I can green screen anything into. I thought that would be fun.
Yes.
And then this is the most important thing I own. This is Carol Channing, painted by Phyllis Diller.
Oh, wow.
So it's two legends in one piece, and I have a very special connection with Phyllis Diller. I actually bought this on her birthday without knowing it. So
Oh my God.
she was talking to me somehow, and I was like, I bought it, and then I looked her up after I bought it, and I was like, oh, yesterday was her birthday. Like, it was perfect.
Oh, that's amazing. Very interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. Next question is, what is the best compliment have you ever received?
Oh, the best compliment I ever received is how I got my drag name. So I was performing, and someone said, our next performer is the perfect balance of Princess Jasmine and Jafar. And I went on. And at the time, I was probably just using my name or a one-night name. And I was like, Princess Jasmine and Jafar. And it stuck. After that, I was Princess Jafar.
Amazing! Oh wow! It's very interesting because there is a very sweet situation behind you got the name. You know what I mean? It's cute. Oh, very special.
Yeah.
Let's go for another question, Princess Jafar. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, next question is, I think this one's gonna be easy for you to answer, but let's go. Who in your family you would trade place with and why?
Oh, I have a cousin who lives in Florida, and she is a stunt double for Univision, for the Spanish network. And so she's like, she posts videos to Instagram, and she's flipping and jumping and doing all these things, and she just seems like she has a really cool, fun life. So probably my cousin.
Cool. Do you see her very often, or do you have a?
No, I think the last time I saw her was a few years ago in Florida. But we FaceTime, and I see her on Instagram all the time. She always sends me TikToks of people that are doing better than me. Basically, she's like, "You should be post TikToks like this," and I'm like, "Thank you for keeping me young. Keep showing me these accounts that I need to steal from. Thank you so much."
Right, Princess Jafar, let's get another one.
Okay.
You see? Right. Tell us a funny story or a moment that happened to you when you were at school.
Oh, in school. I used to do things to make myself laugh. Like I would go to my exams with the hanger still in my shirt to make it look like I was so tired that I just forgot.
No way, that's so creative.
I don't know why, it made me laugh. And people would be like, your hanger's still in your shirt. And I'd be like, oh, I'm so over, just things like that. But I went to a really big state school, and I don't know, I would just do things really all the time just to make myself laugh, because there's so much anonymity that you can just kind of do improv-y pranks all the time, and it's fine. No one ever sees you again.
Right.
And it was
Like,
before the internet too. I'm very lucky. I went to undergrad
yeah.
from like 2006 to 2010, 2011. So that's like not even Twitter wasn't even real back then. So
I'm sure. Yeah. Very
I'm
lucky.
lucky.
Yes, very lucky. Another question. Let's
Okay.
go. Tell me the day when you thought, okay, I'm gonna be a performer, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
drag queen. Tell me, when was that?
I was teaching Spanish in the elementary school systems, and I was so stressed out by it, and I didn't like it. I like tutoring one-on-one with people, but one-on-one is probably the biggest classroom I want. I don't really want more than one student. And I had a friend who was doing it, and I was doing videos with her, and I was like, I'm gonna quit my job and just dedicate my life to making videos, making performances, like making art. And she was like, are you really gonna give up your job for this? And I was like, yeah. And that was about 7 years ago. So
Oh, cool.
almost
Very
every day I'm like, you should have just kept that teaching job, you idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't mean it.
No. Follow your
Sure.
dreams.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Right, good question. If you had only 24 hours of life, what would you do?
Oh, that's a good question. 24 hours, I would probably be writing a lot of things. I feel like, I'd probably be like writing out things that matter to me, people I want messages to go to. And maybe I would like just eat a ton of bad food and do a bunch of drugs.
I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
True, it's true. You just have 24 hours. You need to make it, things just like whatever.
Maybe like drink a bunch of caffeine so you don't have to take a nap. Because like who wants to sleep on the last day of their life? Like no.
Oh yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally. Absolutely. Okay, Princess Jafar, let's get another question for you.
Okay.
Okay, next question is, when have you been the most happy?
Oh, okay. This is so corny, but I totally fell in love last summer in London, actually.
Really?
Yes, with this gorgeous architect. And it was like so fake and beautiful and romantic storybook. I mean, just like not fake, but it was just too good to be true, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And we just were like, let's get married. We fell in love, and I don't live in London, so it never came to fruition. But that time period when I was performing, traveling, I had this like British lover. I was like, oh my God, this is perfect.
That's amazing. So you're in London, like for work, you're doing some performance?
Yeah, it was a little performance tour. I started in Sweden, and I went to some cities in Germany, did some time in London, and then finished my European section in Paris, and then did some dates in the US. But I spent the most time in London. Even though I performed the least there, I really had a great time. It was like, I think I spent 3 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, and it was your first time in London as well?
Basically, I had been when I was little, but it had been a long time. So I would say my first time.
Oh, I see. Oh, very interesting. Wow, good. I'm glad this question came up to you. I'm very glad.
Oh yeah, shout out to that limey bastard.
But next question, Princess Jafar. Let's do it. Okay. Next question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
No, I don't. As a kid, I was obsessed with TV, like classic, like 60s and 70s, 80s TV, and I still am. And as a kid, I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a voice actor, and I was very genderqueer as a kid. So I think if my childhood self saw me today, they'd be very happy with what we've become.
Oh, and I'm gonna add another question to it. If you could sit down with yourself when you were 13 years old at the time, which advice would you give to yourself at the time?
That's really hard because, maybe it would affect everything and maybe it would all change. But if not, if I could give myself advice and it wouldn't horribly change the future, I would say the obvious thing of like, your weaknesses now are going to be your strengths someday. So just keep focusing on what makes you different. It's a cheap answer, but I think that's probably what it would be.
Absolutely, it just makes sense. Makes sense what you said. As you said, it will change things in the future, and I'm sure you are happy the way you are right now. So you don't change anything in the past. So the point. I think no one would have this chance, to go back in time and make things, adjust things to make things better in the future. I don't think nobody would have this chance. Another question. Let's do it. Next question is, if you could live anywhere in the world right now, where would be and why?
I would want to live somewhere. I think I would want to live in London, actually. I had a really nice time there. I felt good there. Or Mexico City. I loved Mexico City. I think I felt the best in Mexico City. And maybe it was because the high elevation, I was like out of my head, a little loopy or something, but I loved every minute of it.
Okay, Princess Jafar, I've got 3 questions left for you.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what is the first thing you think about when you wake up, usually?
First thing I think about when I wake up is probably my client that I manage, because he's always doing stuff, and just thinking about what he's doing helps me focus on myself.
Right. Okay, cool. 2 questions left.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, Princess Jafar, let's get another question for you.
Okay.
What gives you butterflies?
What gives me butterflies is opening night of a show. What gives me butterflies is travel, flying, and emails. Emails definitely make my stomach flitter around.
Why is that?
Well, because I guess I use it a lot to ask for things. My email is really like, will you work with me? Will you show my work? Will you play my song on this? And so it's just kind of a magical place for me where there's a lot of no's, but there's also a lot of like people hearing about me for the first time, or like, I don't know. It's always positive, I think. I love every no.
Of course, absolutely. All part of the game, yeah? It's all part of the job as well. Absolutely, absolutely. Ready for the last one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, last question for Princess Jafar. If you could make up a school subject, what that would be?
Maybe, let's see, what I would say relations should be a subject. Relationships. We should have way more support around friendships, parents, siblings, coworkers. I imagine the classes would be like economics or anything else, where there's just like scenarios and practice sheets, and I think it would be important for everyone.
Totally agree. Okay, Princess Jafar, it's not the end yet. What are we going to do now? Let's play the quick thinking game. I'm going to give you some words, and you just tell me one thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay, all right.
Let's start with family.
Elf.
Money.
Power.
Love.
Hate.
Sex.
Love. Uh-oh.
Life.
Life. Trees.
Politics.
War.
Religion.
Hate.
Fear.
Energy.
Friendship.
Love.
Desire.
Passion.
Regrets.
Remorse.
A wish.
Oh. Is granted.
Amazing. Okay, let's pretend now I'm going to have a coffee with your lovely sister, and I'm going to ask your lovely sister, tell me the most beautiful thing about Princess Jafar and tell me something that she needs to improve on. What do you think your sister will tell me?
My sister would tell you that the best thing about me is my face, because she always says that I stole her face. She's like, that was my face first, and you took it. So she would probably compliment herself by saying that we look alike. And she would say that I need to work on not collecting toys from the 90s, because I have way too many little figurines. I like the little ones.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Now, I'm going to ask the same question to the person behind Princess Jafar. What would be the answer?
The best thing about me and something that I should change?
Yeah.
I think the best thing about me is my like open energy when I meet someone new. I'm very good at making an instant friend, but I would love if I could get better at maintaining those friendships, because there's a few people I can remember to check in on and contact, but overall I'm very internally stimulated. I have a lot of goals and projects to work on, and I can often neglect my best friends. So that needs to stop.
Interesting, very interesting. Okay, let's play now. Princess Jafar in the magic box, and you can ask me a question, okay? Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Perfect. Tell me.
Fine. One, how did you find out about me? How did you ask me today?
Why or how?
How? Yeah.
How? Okay, so I've been online looking. Sometimes Instagram they show some profiles, like they suggest some online profiles, and I've been looking some profiles like randomly profiles. And yours came along, and I just had a look, and I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna invite it. I'm sure she's gonna say yes. So yeah,
that's so cool.
I just found interesting. Actually, I didn't go into deep. Like I just look a little bit, just was curious some of your pictures and the way you express yourself. I said I'd like to invite, and I hope she'd say yes. And I was so glad when you said yes. And then I asked you as well to come with the makeup on. I said, it's gonna be fun. I'm sure. So that's
that's awesome. Okay, well, thank you. That's my self-indulgent question. My question for you is, what's something you've learned from doing this series?
Very good question as well. Very good question. I think what I've learned is there are so many people around the world. I've done already over 200 people already, and people, they're so different. And at the end of the day, they always have something very interesting to share about their lives, or something to share about their thoughts, or something that they believe it. And I just learned that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what you do in life, it doesn't matter what you believe, and at the end of the day, you always have something interesting to share. It's a very good question, actually. No one asked this question before, and you just made me go through my thoughts. And yes, very interesting question. I've learned that everyone, it doesn't matter where they come from, what they do, what they are, and they always leave something positive, and they have always something interesting to share. I think that's what I've learned. I just hope you enjoyed the show. I just hope you had a good time.
I did. I loved being here today, William. Thank you so much.
Great. But before I'm going to ask 2 things for you. First, if you could perform a little bit, or do your show, how you performance.
I'll do one of my old about me's. Okay, so.
Great.
I'm an alien, no animal or mammal, I'm inanimate. In layman's, I'm a gay man who's enamored with the cannabis. A meanie with anemia, I've lived my life in laminates. A bubble boy, a bubble butt, you'd pop it, you can't handle this. I came in from the Caymans with the caveman or Nick Cannon. Mariah Carey's scaring me, my dietary is varying. I have a scandal on that scammer Sam Scanlon. I caught him selling 7 sampled salmon-scented candles to families affected by famines on caravans we're canning. That's enough of that.
Hey, love it. Oh my God, thank you so much.
Of course.
Princess Jafar, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But before you go, if you don't mind to share a positive quote, a positive message, anything that inspires your life, please.
Yeah. Step into your power. It is the scariest thing you will ever have to face, but step into your power.
Good, very good one, very good one. I think everyone is unique, and everyone have a power inside. So just use it, just explore it. Yes, perfect. Did you have a good time?
I loved it. Thank you so much, William. This was a great start to my day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All the best. It was a pleasure. Okay?
Thank you so much. Ciao, Bella. Bye, lovely.
Take care.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.